So guys, today I got for you a much requested review on this perfume by Issey Miyake that is called A Drop. So make sure to keep on watching if you would like to find out what do I think about it. But before I tell you more about that, I would like to ask those of you who are here for the first time to subscribe to my channel right now, and please give this video a huge thumbs up. And once you're done with that, we can get started. So hello and welcome everyone to today's review outside. And do you know why I decided to shoot it here? Well, that's because we are gonna talk about this beautiful fragrance by Issey Miyake that is called A Drop, the most dominant note in which is lilac. And look what I got here. These are blooming lilacs. So in this video I will be actually comparing the fragrance to their real scent. But before I tell you more about that, I would like to say that this is a very gorgeous fragrance that comes actually in the bottle that has the shape of a drop. And another thing that I really like about it is its notes breakdown, because it's definitely not boring and not very typical for mainstream fragrances. So let's actually spray it on. I have it already applied on my skin and I will tell you everything about its dry down because it's very interesting, probably the most exciting part about it. But when you spray it on, it opens with this very creamy, slightly powdery yet fresh scent, and I guess that's because of the almond milk that we got in the top as well as a rose. So almonds typically are sugary, sweet and powdery, and I really like that they bring in a bit of a powdery element to this fragrance without making it too heavy. So the powdery note is definitely there, it is creamy, it is textural, it is very smooth and lovely. But as the fragrance evolves, it definitely turns into a very floral scent in which the main note is lilac, and I picture, pale purple and white lilacs like these when I smell it. So actually, to be honest with you, the scent of the real blooming lilac is very similar to the scent of this perfume. Of course, it smells more perfumey, it doesn't smell like a lilac soliflor, but you can actually identify this note in the composition. There are also some other notes like jasmine and orange blossom, and I feel like they support the floral accord without overwhelming it. And there are also solar notes, so the impression that I get wearing this fragrance is like walking somewhere, down the alley where the lilacs are blooming on a beautiful sunny spring day like we got today. So other than that, we have here star anise, and without making it maybe spicy or sharp, I feel like that note really adds to the addictive quality of a lilac bloom. When you pass through it, you just can't walk further, you need to stop and smell, because lilac is very particular. I feel like there are not many flowers that would be similar to it, and it blooms in the end of April, beginning of May, and it's just a very addictive and very heady and just very beautiful scent. So other than that, we have vanilla, musk, ambroxan and cedar in the dry down, but instead of turning maybe sweet, woody or even musky, it becomes fresh in the dry down. Yes, you heard me right. So in the opening, it's rather sweet and powdery, yet it quickly changes into this big blooming lilac bouquet, and in the dry down it becomes so fresh that you might not even expect that. And that is actually a very surprising part about it, because usually it's another way around, that fragrance is open with a fresh scent and dry down into something sweet. Well, that's not really the case with this one, and I even noticed that some people mention that it becomes a little bit annoying in the dry down. I wouldn't call it that, but I will definitely say that this is a very long-lasting perfume. I sprayed it on today before I went to work, and I'm still able to smell it on my skin really vividly. It's there, it's the dry down, it's fresh, it becomes into it turns into this very diffused lilac. So in the beginning it's very noticeable, it's very much there, and that's and in the dry down it's blurred by musk, by some fresh notes, and I really like that change. But I gotta be honest with you, this is the fragrance that you will be able to smell on yourself all day long, and you really need to decide for yourself whether you want that or not. But I definitely enjoy it just because I love lilac in general, and this is definitely not the most typical floral note these days. Unfortunately, lilac is sort of underrated. It used to be popular like in the beginning of 2000s. Maybe you remember the time when there were a lot of lilac fragrances, and if you know a great lilac perfume, please comment it down below. But I really enjoy that a designer brand that you can find easier than many niche fragrances with this note, where you can actually notice it's a bit more used than, you know, in the mass market perfumery, that they play around it and made it smell modern. You know, it's not that nostalgic fragrance, it doesn't smell vintage. I really like that part about it, that it smells like something a modern lady can wear, but at the same time it has this chic, you know. So there is nothing that would be too old-fashioned-y. It doesn't smell clean, leaning soapy, as sometimes lilac fragrances can smell, because I have a feeling, you know, those lilac perfumes from the past, they go into the soap direction, and this fragrance definitely doesn't do that. I feel it's such a smart decision to pair it with the almond, with solar notes, maybe even with the vanilla and the rest. So I enjoyed very much, and I highly recommend everyone to check it out. And what's really exciting is that it got a first flanker, which sounds very, very cool, looks also very nice, got a different color, and I wanted to get it for this video, so not only I review a drop for you, but actually compare it to the flanker. So if that idea sounds interesting to you, then just thumbs up this video, or if you enjoyed learning about this beautiful fragrance, because that way this video will get more views, and that will really help my channel, just as your subscription. So make sure to do that. Click the notification bell to stay updated about my new videos, request future content and reviews in the commentary section, as well as please let me know what do you think about this perfume, because I feel it's totally wearable. It smells like spring, it smells romantic, fresh, it's long lasting, and it is not too expensive. So if you would like me to compare it to the new flanker, please let me know that. But I just want to take advantage of the actual white blooming lilac in my garden and actually, you know, to review it next to it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you so much. So sincerely hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned, smell good, and we'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.